Okay, so hey guys, I'm sure you can probably hear a lot of wind and rain, a bit of a stormy condition at the moment, but just wanted to get some feedback on an idea that I've been talking about. And one of those is that I really want to be able to share some of the knowledge that I gain through answering questions by making things easier for people to use them. And I did start doing that through tutorials, sharing code, and I'm looking at ways of sharing widgets as well. Eventually what I want to do is share some templates as well, but I'm not really prepared to do that until Elementor pull finger and get containers into production. So I don't want to make templates for sections and columns. I need to find that in a short time they then change to Flexbox containers. So I'm going to wait for that to happen. In the meantime, so I talked about the unlimited elements. Now, unlimited elements is a really, really good plugin where you can easily create and share Elementor widgets through the widget creator, and you only need the free version to be able to import other people's widgets, which is fantastic. There are some limitations with it, but I think overall it works pretty well. So what I'm looking at is creating like a community library of free widgets that I create. I'd love to get some contributors as well to this. So anyone who's creating some good code and wants to share their ideas, I'd love to get them on here and get them sharing as well. At this stage, I've just got a mock site. There's no homepage, it's just a basic site. There's no homepage here yet. I've got a basic widget library section. We'll end up having some filtering here. We'll get enough there, and some category filtering down the side here. At the moment, I've just created 3 widgets that I just want to show you the idea. So the first widget here, for example, is a reveal widget, a very common sort of idea. And basically, if we click on that or the details button, we can download it from there. We'll get some basic description of the widget here. Obviously, the little preview which we create. We can download it from here. Documentation, if there's a tutorial, a link to the tutorial as well, and a bit about the author that created this. Just going back a step. So if you roll your mouse over the widget icon, it just tells you that's the SVG icon you're going to see in the editor. Roll your mouse over the author's icon, and it's going to tell you who created it, where they're from, and their web address. So just a way of attributing the credit for the code. So at the moment, I've just got 3 things that I've put there. So if we look at go back to this reveal widget and have a look at the details, we've got the description, download, and documentation. So each of these will have its own documentation page. And again, this is just very basic mock-up stuff. It probably needs some styling. So it's just the name of the widget, the icon we get, what is it? In this case, I've just noted that it's actually a copy of the unfold widget, which is provided by Unlimited Elements. I've just modified it because there's when you click on it, it basically jumps to the bottom and jumps to the top. There's no animation of the height. So I've changed it so it animates the height, and I've changed it so that it's got this transparency overlay on the text so that it works against every background. I just think it's a bit nicer. So credit to them for the original widget, and all I've done is modified it, called it a new widget. Now, if you wanted to use this widget, you can either download it from here, or you can go in here and download it from there. That downloads a zip file, and all you then do is go into the unlimited. Actually, let me just go into the back end. So you go into Unlimited Elements, import your widget, and drag and drop your file, which I've already got, so I won't do it. So in this case, I drag and drop my smooth reveal to there, and then I've got that widget. So that's how easy they are to distribute to other users, which is fantastic. Now, coming back to this, so what I really, really want is some feedback. Is this worth doing? Is there a need for it? It does rely on people having to install the Unlimited Elements plugin, which I think is great. You get it for free if you just want the basics, and it allows you to import these widgets that are distributed. So I'd love to see even in the filtering up here, who the author is, so you can filter by the authors. And I'd like to have other authors contributing to this to grow this library. That would be fantastic. And just as a free service, I'm not looking at a paid service. I don't want to do free and paid versions. This is just for people who want to contribute to the community. So one other one I'm just going to quickly show you as an idea here, which is a bit more complex. So these first two are basic widgets, and they have you drag and drop the widget onto the page, you set your options, and then you just, in this case, you just use your mouse wheel to scroll that. And this one's the same, but if you go past the start point or the end point, it just scrolls normally. And these bottom two, when you are over the scroll area and you scroll, it centers that scroll area on the screen. So if I go down to this one, use my mouse, it just centers the scroll area on the screen. So these are the different options. So I've just given 4 different examples of using this. I'm actually using my reveal widget here so that all the headings are the same height, and that's pretty much what that widget does. This last one is a little bit more complex. So if I look at this last one, my documentation for that is here's my widget here, and as I roll my mouse over these icon boxes, my heading is changing to whatever the heading is in that icon box. So this actually listens to a JavaScript custom event on the window object and updates based on that. So that needs obviously some JavaScript for this, in this case, icon box to dispatch a custom event with the title when you roll your mouse over, and this widget here automatically updates, and we've got some styling for the pretext, the actual text, and the title text as well. So this one I would probably do a bit of a tutorial for. I'm not sure whether you just add this to the page as a video, or I'm still thinking about how that would work. But any feedback on this, on whether it's worth doing, if anyone wants to contribute, what we should and shouldn't do, is it a waste of time, or is it something that's going to be valuable? I'd love to get some feedback as to how people are thinking about this. So thank you, and I look forward to any of your comments.